Let's chat about what we would do if we get a leak in our DSR Plus that's coming out of like a grip frame area through here, trigger frame, in this general vicinity. Sounds like it's coming out of the solenoid. Now, step number one, as you've probably heard in some of my other videos, don't panic. It's more than likely not the solenoid. And even if it is the solenoid, what's kind of nice about Die's build here is that they're rebuildable, and that you can take them apart and rebuild the solenoid, which is something that we can look at in a later video. So, as outlined by Die, there's a few fixes for a leak out of the grip frame. And what all of those fixes have to do with are basically any air that is holding this bolt back or that is filling up this volume chamber. So we talked about the operation of the DSR bolt in one of our other videos. It might be helpful for you to kind of understand that, so that you can see why this is the case, why these O-rings going bad would be a breach leak, or a leak out of the grip frame. But it's actually a pretty simple fix. It's one of these two bad boys, here, and it's the bolt cell O-ring, which we'll look at here in a second. Now, I just want to go through real fast why it could be this one or this one. When the bolt is at rest, when the bolt is held back by air, there's volume here, volume of air in here, and there's volume of air in here. The solenoid is in its kind of like on position, if you will, and it's directing that air through here, and the other side would be venting technically. So if this has a nick in it, the air is going to leak past here and into these holes and out kind of the venting area of the solenoid. Now when the solenoid switches to make the gun fire, it's actually putting air in here, bolt goes forward, yada yada yada. So that's why these two O-rings could be a leak causation for something coming out of the grip frame. Now the other one, as in most markers, most spool valves, if you're seeing a leak come out of the grip frame, it's a bolt cell. So pretty easy fix. We go in. Unfortunately, this one's more difficult to troubleshoot, and so replacing all three is probably the easiest way to do it. But we're going to replace these two non-dynamic O-rings and this dynamic O-ring. More than likely, it will be this one because it is dynamic. It's the one that's moving. But like I said, just to kind of check both boxes, you could replace all of these. Or, if you're feeling like you're not wanting to go through all your O-rings in your O-ring kit, you could just replace this one because, like I said, more than likely it is going to be the bolt seal, and that'll save you these external can O-rings. So you could replace that bolt seal, relubricate the gun, put it all back together, and test it. And if that leak goes away, then there you go, you've solved it. If not, then it's one of these two, and replacing both of them is probably the best approach for that specific leak.